In the heart of Africa, where the sun scorches the earth and life constantly teeters on the edge of survival, only the strongest thrive. On these vast, open plains, the lion is the undisputed ruler, a symbol of untamed power and unyielding tenacity. But to maintain that title, every day is a battle. The lion's pride is constantly tested, surrounded by rivals and predators who lurk in the shadows, each seeking to challenge their dominance. The pride must hunt not only to satisfy their hunger but to assert their authority over the land. In this unforgiving world, every hunt is a gamble, where even the hunter can easily become the hunted. Every strike, every chase, and every brutal takedown is part of the lion's daily struggle for survival. In the African grasslands, the lion's hunt is not just a need, but a declaration of power, a fight for their place at the top of the food chain. A battle for supremacy rages in the heart of Africa's unforgiving wilderness. Join us as we witness the fierce struggle of the continent's greatest predators, fighting tooth and claw to maintain their place at the top of the food chain. Welcome to the Lion King, Battle for Survival. As the first light of dawn stretches over the African grasslands, the savanna awakens with the peaceful sounds of grazing herds. But beneath the tranquil surface, a silent threat stirs. The pride of lions, nature's ultimate hunters, are on the move, ready to strike. With each step, they close in on their prey, their every move calculated, as the cycle of life and death begins anew. In this wild kingdom, survival is never guaranteed, and the lions must remain sharp, for even in this majestic landscape, the hunt is never without peril. In the morning light, the lion's golden eyes reflected the first rays of sunlight as it slowly advanced forward, calculating every move. The wild animals suddenly sensed danger, their heads raised, ears erect, and eyes wide with alertness. The lion, patiently and gently, continued to move closer to its prey. The whole space seemed silent. Only the tension of the moment of life and death remained, when both sides knew that life and death were only a step away. The tension was broken as the herd charged forward, hooves pounding the ground, a rumble echoing across the savanna in their chaotic flight. But the lions did not pursue, at least not yet. They paused, patient, waiting for a better opportunity. As the dust settled, a new target appeared on the horizon. Amid the chaos, a mother warthog tried to lead her cubs to safety, but she was too slow. The lion's eyes locked on their new targets, a fragile family separated from the herd. They knew this was their best chance, perhaps their meal of the day. So they continued to observe, calculating each move carefully, before deciding to act. The chase broke out. The mother boar charged forward, urging her cubs to run faster. One by one, the piglets fell behind, their tiny legs unable to keep up with the relentless pace of the predators. The first piglet was caught. It let out a pained scream that shattered the air as the lioness claimed her victory. In the blink of an eye, the poor boar's life was over on the wild battlefield. The lion carried it back to the herd's den, preparing breakfast for the entire herd. The fate of the second piglet was sealed when another lion blocked its escape route. Like the first boar, it was quickly defeated by the lion's terrifying speed and strength. The hunt ended when the lions caught the third boar. The pride gathered together, enjoying breakfast after a successful hunt. It was a sad end for the three boars, creatures too young to understand the cruelty of life in the wild. A distant roar distracted them from their concentration. The Lion King, majestic and mighty, stepped out of the shadows. He charged, his strength unmatched, and swiped a powerful claw at a young lion, sending it staggering and falling. A fierce battle ensued, each lion fighting for dominance, for all knew that survival was only assured by strength. Finally, the fight was over. The Lion King had won, his victory echoing in the silence of the savannah. In this place, only the strongest survive, and the reign of the Lion King is a constant battle, one day by day. In the heart of the African grasslands, where survival is a daily struggle, a mother buffalo is facing a challenge that can decide life or death. With a last burst of strength, the calf is born, breathing its first breath under the sharp eyes of both friends and enemies. But there is no time to rest. The hyenas approach, their eyes fixed on the calf, seeing an easy opportunity for a meal. The mother buffalo stands up. Although her body is weak, she is still determined to protect, forming a barrier between the hyenas and the newborn calf. The hyenas charge forward, testing the mother buffalo's resolve with growls and swift pounces, each one trying to pull her away from her calf. The mother buffalo's body trembled with exhaustion, but she did not flinch, determined to fight each hyena with all her remaining strength. When her strength was almost gone, a majestic figure emerged from the dust. The father buffalo had arrived. He charged toward the hyenas, his hooves pounding the ground, his horns ready to protect his family. The hyenas stopped, now overwhelmed by the protective power of the two parents, their initial confidence replaced by caution. Together, the mother and father stood side by side, forming a solid wall against the constant threat. After narrowly avoiding harm from one threat, the mother led her calf across the savannah, seeking safety in the arms of the herd. But in the wild, safety was a luxury. Ahead, a pair of lions appeared, silent, strong, and alert. They moved in unison, circling the mother, each move carefully calculated and deadly. In the blink of an eye, the battle began as the lioness made the first charge. The mother buffalo and her calf were in a very dangerous situation due to the attack of the lion couple. The mother buffalo struggled and twisted, trying to escape from the lion, but it was gradually weakening rapidly. The male lion joined the attack with its strong claws and teeth. It jumped on the mother buffalo, attacking the buffalo from behind. The mother's survival instinct and the survival of her child did not allow it to lie down at this time. It struggled, using all its strength to escape from the enemy's claws. But the lion was relentless, dodging its horns and positioning itself to attack from behind. The mother buffalo, now exhausted, staggered under the lion's weight. Her breathing was labored and strained. The battle was almost over when another lion joined the attack, pinning her down. With a final burst of energy, she made a last-ditch effort, but the Lion King's jaws locked around her, sealing her fate. The mother buffalo's strength was slowly drained, her body collapsing under the lion's might, her will to protect unbroken until the very end. In the land of the Lion King, survival is a constant battle, where every moment is a testament to the harsh beauty of life on the African plains. The Lion King turned his gaze to the calf, realizing how vulnerable it was, his primal instincts overriding any hesitation. In one swift and powerful movement, the lion charged, his claws and jaws ending the calf's struggle in one swift move. The Lion King took the first bite, while the herd watched and waited. One by one the herd joined in, each lion eating, their hunger and need for survival temporarily satisfied. Grief-stricken by the loss of his mate and calf, the bull stood alone, grief and anger filling his eyes as he stared at the lions. But he was not alone. The herd, sensing his pain, gathered around him, their mighty bodies united in grief and growing anger. Together, the buffalo herd's grief turned to rage, a collective determination to face the lions that had shattered their peace. In a sudden burst of energy, the herd charged forward, powerful hooves echoing across the grassland, straight at the lions. The herd surrounded the bodies of the mother and calf, their rage redoubled. They were determined to avenge their comrades. The buffalo, filled with grief and vengeance, relentlessly pursued the lions, their powerful bodies charging forward with fierce determination. The lions dodged, sprinting through the grass, trying to avoid the buffalo's attacks as they retreated. The mighty predators were now forced to flee. But the buffalo herd would not let up. The herd of buffaloes charged through the bushes, their fury undiminished as they pushed the lions further back. Despite the relentless attacks of the buffaloes, the lions showed agility and strength, easily slipping through gaps and dodging the buffaloes' attacks. Cornered, the pride retreated to a mud puddle, their claws sinking slightly as they hastily sought to escape. The herd closed in, heads lowered, preparing to attack, but the Lion King and his pride were not to be outdone, clawing and leaping from their encirclement at just the right moment. Gradually, exhaustion began to take its toll on the herd, their strength waning as the lions used the terrain to their advantage. The initial solidarity of the herd began to falter, pain giving way to weariness and a realization of the pride's resilience. One by one, the buffaloes turned, their anger fading to the wisdom of retreat, the realization that the cycle of life and death was inexorable. The Lion King stood firm, watching the herd retreat, a reminder of the intricate balance between predator and prey. The Lion King exchanged glances with his pride, signaling that the hunt was not over. Their eyes turned to the bull, the leader of the herd. With a mighty leap, the lion extended his claws, digging deep into the buffalo's flank, initiating a brutal struggle. The bull struggled, twisting his head and kicking his legs, desperately trying to escape the lion's grasp. The pride of lions advanced, each taking up a position around the fallen buffalo, ready to enjoy the fruits of their hard-fought hunt. As the pride settled in to enjoy the meal they had fought for, a new threat emerged. A rival pride, drawn by the scent of fresh prey, slowly approached. Their eyes were fixed on the buffalo, their gait confident and defiant. Tension filled the air as the two prides faced off, each refusing to back down, their rivalry fueled by hunger and survival instinct. A battle broke out between the lions, each trying to assert their dominance, their roars echoing through the air as they wrestled for control of the meal. The struggle between the lions continued, each trying to assert their dominance, their roars echoing in the air as they fought for control of the meal. In a rare moment of concession, the two prides seemed to reach a tacit understanding. A temporary pact to share the feast. In this harsh land, even enemies sometimes have to find a way to make peace, each lion respecting the strength and resilience of the other. In the heart of the African savanna, the breeding season is a time of peace and promise for the pride. The pride relaxed, basking in the sun. New life was all around them, and the lions took this rare moment to rest together. The young lions are growing rapidly, learning the bonds that will help them thrive in the close-knit family. The female lions watch over them, both protectors and teachers, each one a caregiver and provider for their young. In the peaceful sunlight, the pride lie side by side, displaying strength and unity as they rest as a family. A pair of young lions, a male and female, approach each other, their movements slow and cautious. In the wild, even these playful moments are preparation for the important roles they will play in the pride when they grow up. For now, the pride enjoys this peaceful moment, but as dusk falls, the call for survival will ring out again. As the sun begins to set, hunger begins to rise in the pride. It is time to go hunting, to find food to feed the cubs and the pride. Ahead, a herd of antelope grazes, unaware of the predators silently approaching in the distance. The pride of lions gathers, their steps silent and purposeful, each lion positioned for the hunt. The lionesses move cautiously, each step carefully calculated to avoid detection. The art of stalking requires patience. The pride synchronizes their movements, a silent language guiding them closer, each aware that even the slightest mistake could ruin the entire hunt. Each step brought the lions closer to their target, each movement carefully calculated, each step closer to their prey. As the last light of day faded, the lions paused, preparing for their final strike under the cover of night. Under the cover of darkness, the savanna transformed. Shadows became the predators' allies, helping them prepare for the attack. The lions moved in sync, the leader signaling the moment to attack. Their target was a lone wildebeest at the edge of the herd. In an instant, the lions burst from the grass, their powerful bodies moving as one, their attack perfectly coordinated, honed over years of survival. The wildebeest tried to flee, its powerful legs propelling it forward, but the pride showed no mercy, tightening the siege from all sides. The lions charged in unison, each lioness contributing to the kill, ensuring the pride's meal. Once the wildebeest was down, the pride gathered around, hunger and exhaustion giving way to relief and satisfaction. In the wild, survival was a collective effort, where each member of the pride contributed to the fight for survival. For the pride, every hunt is an opportunity to strengthen their bond, to strengthen their unity. Tonight, the pride enjoys a meal together, their strength restored, ready for a new day in this harsh but beautiful land. The young lions, still very young, are eager to approach. This is the first time they have felt life thanks to the strength and unity of the pride. For this pride, every victory is the result of a hard struggle. Every moment is a reminder of their endurance and resilience. Together, the pride of lions navigate the challenges of the African wilderness. The Lion King's journey across the savannah is a dramatic tale of life and death, strength and vulnerability, where every decision determines the future of the pride. The first light of day begins to shine on the savannah, illuminating a night of struggle and survival. The Lion King, his body riddled with wounds from the previous night's fierce battle, rests beside the carcass of his hard-won prey. The lion walks slowly, his mighty body now somewhat worn down, but not yet defeated. He survived to fight another day. But soon a new threat arose. The scent of fresh meat attracted the attention of the hyenas, who were always on the lookout. With dignity, the lion decided to abandon his meal, leaving the hyenas to their own devices, and retreated to safety. He walked slowly, his powerful body now somewhat weakened, but not yet defeated. The lion had survived to fight another day. In the wild, survival requires not only strength but also wisdom, knowing when to fight and when to retreat. In this harsh land, survival is the true victory, a lesson the Lion King understood well. On the African savanna, prides of lions are constantly on the move, searching for food to sustain their lives. Today, they spotted a pride of wildebeest grazing peacefully, completely unaware of the danger that silently lurked in the distance. The lions positioned themselves carefully, moving slowly, each knowing their role in the upcoming hunt. But in the distance, another pride of lions was watching. Their eyes were fixed on the same pride of wildebeest. A silent competition had begun. Unnoticed by the wildebeest, both prides now waited, each hoping to seize the opportunity before the other could act. As the sun rose, tension built in the air. Each pride waited for the other to make the first move. Finally, a signal was given. The first pride charged, triggering a trap for the unsuspecting antelope. With a powerful lunge, the lions charged forward, their powerful bodies tearing through the tall grass, chasing the antelope. The prey scrambled to evade the perfectly coordinated attack. The wildebeest fought back fiercely, kicking and struggling in a desperate attempt to survive, not giving up easily. The lions clung tenaciously, each holding their ground, their coordinated efforts making them a formidable force to be reckoned with against their powerful prey. However, the wildebeest's will to survive was strong. It twisted and pulled, determined to escape the clutches of the lions. But despite all its efforts, the lion's strength was overwhelming, and the antelope began to run out of breath. The lion's feast did not last long as another figure approached, another pride watching, waiting for the right moment to strike. In the African wilderness, even victory comes at a price. The first pride's hunt had attracted unwanted attention. Suddenly, an adult lion from the second pride charged forward, rushing to seize the prey. The first pride reacted immediately, rising to defend their hard-earned meal, a fierce confrontation unfolding under the darkening sky. The two prides collided in a brutal struggle for strength and power, either side willing to back down. The lions charged at each other in a tense fight, claws and teeth flashing, their roars echoing through the air. In this primal struggle, the laws of the African savanna reigned supreme. Only the strongest survive. Eventually, the first pride gives way, their hunger overshadowed by the might of their opponents. They retreat, leaving behind their hard-won feast. Victorious, the second pride rallies around their prey, enjoying the reward of their perseverance and strength. On the vast African savanna, a pride of lions moves silently, scanning the plains for their next meal. Ahead, a herd of zebras grazes peacefully, completely unaware of the predators lurking nearby. The lions crouch low, moving in sync, each understanding that timing is of the essence in a successful hunt. The zebras, oblivious to the approaching danger, continue to graze, a calm before the storm. The lead lioness signals the pride, and each lion takes up position, ready to close in on their prey. Soon, they will launch an attack, relying on speed, strength, and coordination to secure their meal. With a sudden rush, the pride of lions charged forward, breaking into a powerful sprint towards the zebras. The lead lioness leaped up, her claws digging into the flanks of one zebra, pulling it to the ground. The zebra fought back fiercely, struggling with all its might, its survival instincts rising strongly. But the strength and determination of the lion overcame all the efforts of the zebra. By the time the rest of the pride arrived, the zebra's struggle had petered out, crushed by the combined might of the pride. With strength and strategy, the lions claimed their prize, securing the food supply for the entire group. After the meal, the lions rested in the shade for the rest of the afternoon, recharging their batteries for the next challenge. In the distance, a lone lion stalked, its gaze locked on a new target. Ahead, a herd of wildebeest grazed, completely unaware of the silent predator that awaited. The lone lion watched patiently, its instincts sharp and its body tense as it prepared to strike. With a swift, powerful charge, the pride charged forward, their powerful bodies tearing through the tall grass as they pursued the antelopes. The antelopes scattered in panic, but the pride quickly closed in, cutting off any avenue of escape. One wildebeest slowed down, becoming the target of the lion's relentless pursuit. With a synchronized leap, the pride brought down their prey, winning another victory on the savannah. The pride gathered around, each lion claiming his share of the hard-earned meal, and began to feast. The whole pride ate together, a reward for their coordination and hunting skills. In the wild, a successful hunt not only provided food but also strengthened the bond of the pride, each lion taking turns eating, as a rite of survival. Together they enjoyed their meal, each bite a testament to the strength, unity, and relationships that had allowed the pride to survive and thrive. As the sun sinks below the horizon, the African savanna falls silent, an eerie silence settling in after a day of fierce battles for survival. Today, the lions have won, but every victory on the savannah comes at a cost, and the cycle of survival never stops. But in the distance, the watchful eyes of predators and scavengers watch, waiting for any sign of weakness. Tomorrow, the lions will rise again, each ready to face whatever the savannah brings, knowing that their survival depends on it. The legacy of the Lion King is a story of courage, resilience, and the constant fight to defend their throne in a harsh world. Each roar echoes across the savannah, a reminder to all who hear it that the lion is and will always be king of the land. However, this throne is challenged every day as predators and rivals stalk, each seeking their place in the vortex of survival. On the vast grasslands of Africa, the battle rages on, and each lion must fight to survive and protect his pride. This is their kingdom, and each day they must prove themselves worthy of the title of king. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of the Lion King, a world of courage, survival, and the relentless pursuit of life.